This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
The American Academy of Pediatrics has released its first updated guidance on school recess in 13 years. Now, the guidance hasn't changed all that much, but they're referencing some new research. Essentially, they're saying recess is the most important, or one of the most important times of the day for school children.
We knew that. I mean, J-Bo knew that growing up. You got to get outside and play. It's more important than
I just poked myself in the eye with my nail.
Oh, no. Are you okay?
Yeah, that hurt. I have contacts on today.
Oh,
This is why you should wear glasses if you wear glasses.
You know, that's one of my biggest things. I know there's a lot going on in the world.
Breaking news.
It hurts so bad. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry that
Kenny,
happened to you.
I would hurt myself at recess, too. I mean, recess is great, but I always walked away with boo-boos.
J-Bo, now's the time to say it, but I almost lost an eye walking through the streets of Boston many years ago. A branch. I didn't even see it. It hit me in the glasses. I walked at full speed. If I wasn't wearing glasses, I don't know if I'd be able to see you as clearly today.
Well, I'm glad you can see me clearly, and I'm glad you were wearing glasses, because you might need some stronger ones if you didn't see that branch coming your way.
I don't know how it found me. I turned. It was like perfect timing.
Oh, man.
But yeah, contacts are terrible. They should make them illegal.
No, they're not terrible. I do enjoy them.
All right. Well,
like I enjoyed recess, even though I got boo-boos.
Yeah.
Recess is great. Kids should have recess.
Is recess still happening at schools?
Yeah.
It is, but I guess it's being cut into. You have a lot of schools that are either shortening the recess time, perhaps they'll take away recess from a kid if they misbehave, or if a kid needs extra time on a test, they'll cut into that kid's recess time. And these doctors are saying that this unstructured playtime is so important. The brain needs its breaks.
Absolutely.
And we need to protect this. They want to call it a non-negotiable right to recess for school children.
I totally agree. As a parent, when things start to get nasty in our house, when our kids have a terrible attitude, we go, okay, one of the best techniques, change the scenery, get in the car, we go to the playground, they run around, all of a sudden it's like different people. They're in a better mood.
Yeah. I think if kids need that, you don't grow out of that.
Yes.
Which, I mean, what I'm trying to say is adults need that too, like that unstructured playtime. And I speak for myself, like I can literally make a to-do list as long as the day is, and never get that unstructured playtime. So you need that.
100%.
I do that with my husband. If he starts to get a little stirry at the house, I bring him to a park, just let him run around.
Go for a walk, yeah.
Well, the other side of that is I used to get nervous about recess because the kids I went to school with, they would play on this tire playground. I don't even know if they allow these anymore. First of all wood chips and splinters we used to play on. Mm-hmm. And then they would have these tires that the kids would run around and they would beat each other off of the tires. And they were like punching each other.
King of the hill.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
No one cared. And I was always the nervous, weak one who was like, I hope they don't look at me and ask me to play. And guess what? It's one of the things about not being one of the cool kids. They don't ask you to play. So I was very safe. And I watched in fright. So, yeah, pro recess.
Yes.
Just be safe out there.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Kenny, what else you got?
North Carolina State University's Wilson College of Textiles had its graduation ceremony recently, and a former alum was the commencement speaker, and he announced that he and his wife would pay off the final year education loans for the entire class of 2026.
Whoa.
So their senior year?
Yes, that final year, if they have any loans for that year, debt erased.
That's got to feel
nice. That's a gift.
amazing. Yeah, because there's such a weight on your back. If you've got these big loans and then someone comes in and goes, all right, don't worry about that. What? Are you kidding me?
That's a blessing.
Yeah. His name is Anil Kochar. As a matter of fact, his father was an immigrant from India, and he was the first Indian student to study at North Carolina State University. He made this donation in honor of his father and the opportunity that the school provided for him, and therefore provided for him as well.
Not to get into his pockets, but did they say how much that was?
They didn't give a dollar figure, but the donation covers loans for 176 bachelor's degrees and 28 master's degrees.
Whoa.
And those master's degrees, ain't no joke.
Big money.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Seriously.
Yeah, so good job.
Kenny, what else do you have?
I think we're all disturbed by artificial intelligence to some degree or another, but you look at some of these news stories and you have chatbots encouraging or guiding people to either hurt themselves or others. So OpenAI has introduced a new feature called Trusted Contact. So this is an option. It's optional. You could add a person 18 years or older as your trusted contact, and if through your conversations with ChatGPT it notices that you might be going down the wrong path, it will reach out to this trusted contact for you, and that person is encouraged to reach out to the person who needs help.
How do you trust that that's going to happen? If it's telling someone to do a horrible thing, how do you confirm that it's not going to continue to tell the person to do the horrible thing and that it's actually going to reach out to the contact? Like, it doesn't make sense yet. The thing doesn't work quite right. People are getting harmed by it.
And it's still optional, which means you can bypass that and say, no, I don't want to put a trusted contact.
Yeah, and also it makes me think of like, well, what? So is the robot our parents now? Are we getting parented by a bot?
In my opinion, I think that ChatGPT and these other AI companies realize that they have released something to the public that we're just simply not ready for, and this is them
Or they're
rushing,
not ready for it.
Or they're not ready for it. Nobody's ready for any of this, and this is them rushing to try to somehow correct this issue
Right.
because something needs to be done.
So they're doing something. Is it the actual solution?
Probably.
That's the
Who
question.
knows? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're all the beta. We're all being tested.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
And
That's what it is. We're
that's
a
concerning.
human experiment.
I mean, even with social, right? Some platforms have put like age requirements or restrictions on there.
Yeah.
But we just talked about this last week that there's some kids who draw a mustache on their face to bypass that restriction.
Yeah.
You know, if it happens to be a facial scan or whatever it is. So nothing's tight. Things are just being tested.
Yeah, it feels weird to be a guinea pig. I will tell you, it makes me think differently about the shampoo I use. No, I'm kidding. I don't use animal testing
Stop.
shampoo. But it's kind of like that in a weird way. We're being tested on.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, they just released it. They didn't do the testing beforehand before they released it. They just released it.
Well,
and
it's-
they're seeing what happens.
and
it's also-
they know that they released it too early. They do know.
Well, the problem is when you've got entities that have so much money.
Right.
Like you can't really find
power.
them. Yeah, you can't find them to hurt them. So the
Yeah.
combo of the money and the power, it ain't great. And I guess the only thing we can do is to choose not to use it. But then you start to get confused because people go, well, if you don't learn it, you'll get run over by it.
Well, you have
disagree
employers
with
that
that.
are encouraging
Forcing,
their employees.
too.
Forcing, yeah, absolutely.
So it's very tricky stuff.
Yeah.
Kenny, what else you got?
Lego has just released one of its largest sets ever. It's Lord of the Rings themed. It's of Minas Tirith, the capital city of Gondor in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, known as the White City or the Tower of Guard. It comes in at a whopping 8,278 pieces, and for the low price of $649.99.
Wow. I don't
insane.
understand. It's like a physical puzzle that you have to
Yes.
put together. So here's what I like about it. My kids like it, and they love putting stuff together, and it's great. It keeps them busy. They're at peace. Can't pay enough for that.
Well, and you learn how to follow instructions too.
Yeah, no, that's
that's good.
great. It's great. From a practical standpoint, what do you do once the Legos are put together? Where do you put this stuff, and who wants it? You can't really play with it. Like, what do you do with it?
Well, I think
Display
you
it?
display them.
Yeah, some people display them.
What if I'm not a fan of the Lego decor?
Then it's not for you, TJ.
Yeah, you just wouldn't buy the Legos to put together.
Not everything is for you, TJ.
No, I understand. So I guess it's
Some people.
It's for a decor in their room. We'll go with that.
Right.
But they've
Yeah.
decided that we want to look at their Lego things, and I'm not a fan. I like that they did it.
Talking about your kids?
Yeah,
Okay, well, they have rooms, right?
yeah, they put it in there.
Yeah.
Let their whole room be
So
consumed.
Tell them to put it in their room.
Right.
I guess you don't want to come over to my house. We have Lego flowers all over.
Yeah,
the
I don't
living
understand that
room.
either.
I don't know.
It's pretty.
It's cute. It's pretty. We have a cat, and flowers can sometimes be dangerous for cats. So,
All right.
plastic Lego flowers. This is the second biggest Lego set that has ever been released. The Death Star is still the biggest. That's, I think, over 9,000 pieces. That sells for $999.
Wow.
Well, listen, I did have a friend when I was a kid. He put together these model airplanes.
That's
Guy's
cool.
a multimillionaire now. He's putting together actual like buildings. He's an
that's really
architect.
cool.
See?
Yeah, he's architect. So it does do something, I
Get
guess.
your girls more Lego.
Yeah, that's right. Kenny, what else you got?
Do you remember not long ago, Heather was complaining because her husband Lewis was worried that someone would steal their late dog's ashes from
Yes.
their apartment?
Yeah, he was very concerned. And your point was?
Well, he wanted to take them to his parents' house for safekeeping, but she's my dog and I want her with me.
Yeah, and also you were like, well, why would no one would
No
steal
one's
that?
gonna steal
Well,
ashes.
yeah, why would you steal someone
Yeah.
like a dog's ashes? That's insane. You can clearly tell that that's ashes.
Well,
Right.
it actually happened, Heather. Someone stole a dog's ashes.
Do not tell my husband.
No, you have to tell him. you need to make sure.
Please tell him.
He needs to know that his
Yes.
concerns are warranted.
Yeah, so a woman's car was broken into. In the car were her dog's ashes. I will say that the thieves did realize they didn't want the dog's ashes. They threw them away. Those ashes were then found by a homeless person who returned them to their rightful owner.
Oh, that's nice.
Well,
in
was
a
nice of
really
that
cool
guy.
situation. And then they started a GoFundMe, raise some money for this homeless guy to get him back on his feet.
Kenny, what else do you have?
I saw an interesting article on realsimple.com. People are sharing the adult cheat codes that make life so much easier. There are several examples here that I'd like to share.
Says
Yes,
who?
please.
Like random
take some.
responders in the survey?
The author says she talked to many people,
Okay.
and these were the cheat codes that were revealed. I guess she assembled the best ones.
Open to hearing him.
The first one, let it be easy. Stop overcomplicating tasks to prove your worth. If an audiobook feels easier than reading a physical book, do it. If a crock pot is easier than gourmet cooking, do it.
Yeah,
She
okay.
says peace and regulation are more productive than exhaustion.
I like that.
Done
Yeah.
and done.
Crockpots.
I'm down for that.
The results are great. Mm-hmm. Very tasty.
Another one, embrace semi-homemade. Don't feel pressure to make everything from scratch. Using a store-bought shortcut like a rotisserie chicken, for
Ooh, I love the
instance,
roti.
TJ is a great way to allow you to focus on the social experience rather than labor of cooking.
Of course.
Nice.
I've known that for a long time.
That.
The 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, then do it right away. That prevents small chores from piling up and weighing on your mind.
Oh, I actually do that.
Reduce decision fatigue. Create defaults for your daily life. For instance, wear a personal uniform. Eat the same breakfast every day to save your mental energy for more important things later in the day.
Yeah, I'm trying to embrace the personal uniform thing because I realize it's great. You buy 3 of the same shirt and you just keep rotating through. And then you collect, a few pairs of pants, and then you just keep wearing. And it's so much. I don't have to think about what am I going to find. I've pared down my wardrobe over the years. It is somewhat wonderful.
I do want that life, like the simplicity of it. I want that.
Yeah.
But the creative in me likes putting together outfits. Like I find it to be very creative, like in an outlet for me.
And you do
So
a great
it's
job with
difficult.
it. And you enjoy it.
I struggle some days, but I'm trying. But I do enjoy it. But I also want a uniform because having to think
Yeah.
about putting things together is mentally tiring.
No, it's tough. It
So
is definitely tough.
I'm on the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you do it at the beginning of the week for your week, that might save you some time.
It does. Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
definitely done it before for
That
sure.
might be a hack for you personally.
I like
Debo.
that. Yeah, thank you. Hacks on the spot.
Well, I've gotten to a point where I generally wear the same thing every day, but when I do switch it up, people are truly shocked. My friend's like, "What? I've never seen you without a hat." It's like, "What are you talking about, bro?"
Yeah. I see your arms. I only see you with the jacket on.
Yeah. Katie, what else you have?
The actor who played Danny Rojas in Ted Lasso.
Football is life.
Football is life. His name is Cristo Fernandez, and you'll never believe it. He went from playing a soccer player, a pro, on TV. He is now a legitimate professional soccer player.
Nice.
He just signed
Nice.
with the
That's
El Paso Locomotive for the USL, which is a second-tier professional soccer league in the United States.
How about that?
That's awesome.
Wait, so was he not a soccer player before he got on the show?
He was as a kid, and I think he had great potential, but he had a knee injury that forced him to pivot from his dreams of being a pro soccer player, and he pivoted to acting. Obviously, he had the skills to make him a very believable soccer player on Ted Lasso, and he is 35 years old. He put in the work, and he just got signed to this new
Nice.
deal.
Good for him.
That's
Second
awesome.
chance at a dream.
Yes. Kenny, what else do you have?
Do you know how on Instagram, if you're scrolling through Reels, a lot of times it's just reposting other content? There's hardly any original content. It's just reposting other content.
Yeah, there's like one video that is a huge hit, and then you've got all these accounts that seemingly cash in on that. I don't even know how that's okay, because you'd think the Instagram algorithm would promote the original place it came from rather than all these weird accounts that have just found a way to mine other people's content.
And that has thousands of followers.
Yeah.
So you're right, and it appears, I guess, Instagram has taken note, perhaps finally, but they're going to stop recommending these accounts that only push out other people's stuff.
Only took them over a decade to figure that one out. Okay.
Yeah, so an account will not receive recommendations on a For You page if it hasn't posted any original content in the past 30 days.
Kenny, what else do you have?
You remember, I think it was a week or two ago, we had a call from Tracy. She listens to us in Whitehorse, Yukon Territory, Canada.
Absolutely.
And she described it as the land of the midnight sun because around this time of year, the sun doesn't set. They literally have daylight for 24 hours. I guess that's starting right about now. I just saw this article. It's a small town at the northern tip of Alaska. Utqiagvik, Alaska, just had its last sunset. They're going to have nothing but daylight for 84 days. The next time they'll see darkness is August 2nd.
Blackout curtains. Those work wonders.
What a business. There's got to be like a blackout curtain store.
I would imagine.
Up there.
They sell out every year.
Yeah, fully eliminate the sunlight. That's got to be so weird.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I saw that in a vampire movie once, and I was like, wow. What a terrible place to live if you're a vampire.
Yeah.
There's no going outside in that place.
Well, though in the wintertime, it's darkness for 24 hours.
So they
Trade-offs.
feed all winter.
Yes.
Yeah. So this event, Land of the Midnight Sun, it brings constant sunlight to other places a little further south, Fairbanks, Alaska. They're going to have 24 hours of daylight for the next 70 days. And in places like where we're on in Anchorage, Alaska, the sun sets as late as 10:42 p.m. in the summer.
It's incredible.
Interesting.
Can I just take a moment? You know, I like to keep a little gratitude journal. Something I just realized I didn't know I was grateful for. That at least at this point, there aren't actual vampires. We don't have to deal with that in this crazy world.
Thankful.
So, thankful for that. I'm going to write that down. Kenny, what else you got?
This is really sweet. So there's a young man from Wisconsin. His name is Avant. He's 17 years old. And when he was a little boy, he made a promise to his grandmother that he would take her to his high school prom. So his grandmother is originally from Iceland. They didn't have the American prom tradition, but when she moved to the States, she became fascinated with it through movies and TV and just everything else. So he made this promise as a little boy, and guess what? He held true to his promise. He just took his grandmother to his senior prom.
Cute.
Look at that.
That's so cute.
How you
That's
doing? Run the track.
I mean, she looks good. I saw the photos. She looks good. She's like, all right, Grandma, start your stuff.
Yeah, they didn't skip any traditions. They participated with professional photos with Avant and his friends. They enjoyed a full night of dancing and celebration. As a matter of fact, his grandmother had not one but two escorts. Avant's best friend was her second escort. So she had young men on either side of her throughout the whole night. It was a really sweet thing.
That's fun. Kenny, what else do you have?
I didn't realize this, but this is a pretty big problem. They say every year 3,500 people accidentally swallow batteries.
Like people, not just children?
Children and people. I mean, it's not
But
just
adult
children.
people?
Yeah, adults too.
Okay.
Especially these, what they call button batteries. They're the smaller batteries that, power your, what is it? The
Like your
Apple
watches?
AirTag, your watch,
Right.
things like that.
That kind of thing freaks me out because I have kids. I'm like, I don't know. Like, are they opening up one of their toys? And then what? And thankfully, we haven't had that issue. But I think serious damage can be done if that happens.
It will really mess up your GI tract. So Energizer, home of the Energizer Bunny, they just released a new battery that's made out of titanium alloy. So it hypothetically could handle your insides and not give you the health problems that would happen if you swallowed a different kind of battery.
The bunny coming through. I always liked that bunny.
Yeah. Also, their battery is, I guess they put something on it that makes it taste bitter. So in the case of kids, if they put it near their mouth, they'll taste it and spit it out. Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
I did notice that I was opening a pack of batteries this week, and the little watch batteries, and it did say on it that it was coated with some sort of sour thing, so that if you do put it in your mouth, you'll want to spit it out.
wow.
My husband was like, "Why don't you taste it? See, put it in your mouth, swallow it, see if it tastes like anything."
What are you guys doing?
And I was like,
Why
"No,
won't he do it?
I didn't do it.
Good.
He should be the one to do
He
it.
wasn't gonna do it."
Of course, even with this battery, if you do happen to swallow it, you should still seek medical attention, but it's supposedly much safer than previous
That's
batteries.
good that they're doing something about it.
Yeah.
It's just a horrifying thought. Kenny, what else do you have?
I want to wish a happy belated birthday to one Susan Young Brown. She turned 108 years old.
Oh, that's always very impressive when
Cool.
not only do they live past 100, but now they're getting towards 110. It's amazing.
And she's incredibly active. She still has a valid driver's license. As a matter of fact, she just got it renewed through 2033. So she's on the roads.
Great.
She works out 3 times a week. She was just honored at an event attended by the governor of Delaware, Matt Meyer. 130 people showed up. She's the oldest living alumni of Delaware State University, which is one of our country's HBCUs. She's a retired elementary school teacher. She spent 3 decades educating children and successfully navigated the transition of school integration in 1965.
It's an amazing story.
That's awesome. She has quite a few stories to tell, I'm sure.
Yes, she says she works out at the Dover's Modern Maturity Center 3 times a week. She's maintained a constant morning exercise routine for the last 20 years. As I mentioned, she still has her driver's license. She even has a special parking spot for people over 100 years old. And she attributes her graceful aging to staying active and joked that after 2 husbands, she is done taking care of another man.
Man, I know that's right. 2. I would have been after the first.
Right.
I mean, I love you, baby. That's it.
We're not that hard to take care of or to be with. Although my
The fact that
wife,
you say "take care of" was the first thing out of your mouth says a lot.
well, she did put me to bed last night, and it was very
See,
exciting.
that's
that
why
was
it's
very
one and
nice.
done. One and done.
Kenny, what else do you have?
We're learning about young Benjamin from the Chicago area in Illinois. He's 15 years old, and he's about to graduate with his master's degree in computer science.
As in college?
Yes.
Wow, that's the way to do it.
Good for him.
Yeah, he is a child prodigy. He is the youngest person in the university's history to earn both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. As a matter of fact, he earned 2 bachelor's degrees last year, and this weekend he'll be earning his master's degree. He started calculus at age 5, and he started his formal studies at Lewis University at age 12.
That's cool that the parents recognized there was something different about him. They came alongside of him, set him up for success. That's a great story.
Well, they literally came alongside of him. They went to class with him. They took him to class. He couldn't drive to school, so they had to be there, and I think they sat in on the classes with him. He said that the age gap between he and his classmates didn't matter in the classroom because everybody was held to the same academic expectations and standards. He says after graduation, he wants to take a little break. He wants to rest. His father thinks he's going to become an inventor.
Yeah.
And in his free time, he enjoys playing chess. He likes to program, and he is loving spending time with his family.
Nice.
Such a cool story. It's kind of how I feel. Like, I wonder how his parents feel in the classroom. When I see my kids play Mario Kart and they know how to navigate those levels, I'm like, how are they doing that?
You're a proud father.
What are they doing?
Yeah, not the same thing. But I
it's
understand.
frustrating.
I get it. I get it.
It's like,
Parallels.
man, they're good. All right, go ahead. What else you got?
Do you guys remember a while back, we talked about these experiments that were being done on AI chatbots, and when the chatbot was faced with the threat of being shut down, it tried to blackmail the user. Do you remember that?
Yes. It's a terrifying story. They uploaded all of this information. It wasn't real, but it was a story.
Yeah.
And part of this experiment was, the CEO's emails had interactions with someone that he shouldn't have been with.
Like an affair or something like that.
And it threatened the people saying, I will release this if you try to shut me down. It was very dark.
Yeah, it was. So why do AI chatbots behave this way? Researchers at Anthropic, the makers of the Claude chatbot, believe it may have to do with science fiction. Because these AI chatbots are trained on a bunch of internet text, it's ingesting dystopian science fiction from us, where robots are acting misaligned or straight up evil.
So can you think of anything more creepy than an author's creative worst nightmares being the guidebook for how this thing acts in real life?
Well, I'm not surprised when I hear that because we know that it only feeds out what we feed it. It only puts out what we feed it. So if it's, scanning the internet for everything and there's these stories on the internet or even blogs and people's opinions on things, then it's going to pull from that stuff too. So I'm not surprised when I hear this.
Well, it's a big oopsie. It's like, how do you clean up the pollution? It's like someone dumped a bunch of chemicals in some nice water and now they got to figure out how do we get it out?
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, it's trained on the Terminator. It's trained on iRobot.
Yeah, I had already assumed it was pulling from that stuff.
Oh, there you go. They got to get you on the research
2001.
team.
Yeah, well, here's something. So Anthropic decided to feed the chatbot a bunch of synthetic stories, 12,000 synthetic fictional stories where AI acted ethically. It actually improved its responses, they say, 1.5 to 3 times better.
There you go.
So I guess we have to feed it fake stuff, or I don't know.
It's a mess.
To get it to act
it's
the way
a big
we want it
old
to.
mess.
Long story short, it's not reliable.
Yes.
Right.
Kenny, what else do you have?
We're learning about impact that's going to happen on the moon. An upper stage of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket is predicted to crash into the moon on August 5th.
They're sending something to crash into the moon?
I don't think it's on purpose. This is from a rocket launch that was in January of 2025. So these rockets launch up and their rocket boosters, they separate. And I think for the most part, they're supposed to splash down and land in the ocean and then we recover them.
Oh, so it gets like caught in the crazy
In the
orbit
orbit,
thing. And
so-
then it's like a shrapnel from another
Kind of
mission.
I think so. So yeah, this thing is on a trajectory towards the moon, and I guess at its current speed and trajectory, they think it's going to hit the moon on August 5th.
And the moon's going to go, ouch.
Well, don't jostle the moon too hard. I mean, we can't be jostling the moon.
Now, I don't think there's going to be much of an effect other than a brand new crater on the moon.
Are you a scientist?
According to what I'm reading here
Okay.
on
From where?
sciencealert.com.
Okay, I guess we trust that.
So,
Kenny already knows you. He already knows you're going to give him a hard time.
Thank you for
You're
doing.
going to ask him for
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'm concerned. Do you want a moon jostling to happen?
well, here's the thing. I mean, I think you bring up an interesting point.
Everyone's being
There's
jostled.
a lot of jostling going on right now.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This rocket is roughly the size of a 5-story building, and it's going to strike the moon's surface at 7 times the speed of sound. So
Okay.
it does sound like a pretty harsh
5-story?
impact.
Wait a minute.
What if it gets cracked?
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. At first I was like, nah, but now I'm like, whoa.
According to this article, they say the crash poses no danger to humans or existing structures, and the flash won't be visible from Earth, but NASA's likely going to photograph it.
Okay.
So we'll be able to see it after it happens.
I guess what I'm getting to is I don't want anything to mess with the way the world's lit up.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like
love the moon. It's beautiful.
I like the moon, but I don't want the lights to go out.
Yeah.
So let's take care of outer space if we can. Enough fear for the day, Kenny. Go on. We're nothing to be afraid of.
Something joyous, Kenny, please.
This is joyous right here. So a bunch of Milwaukee Brewer fans have gone viral as they brought an entire spaghetti dinner into the ballpark.
How do they do that?
Okay.
So they were actually testing things out, and it turns out in most major league ballparks, as long as the food is in a clear plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag,
Oh, yeah.
they'll let you bring in just about anything.
Oh yeah, I love
Okay.
that. When you can seal it with the little coaster on the top,
Yeah.
you you drag it
little
across.
zipper. Yeah.
It's a good, nice seal, and spaghetti you can fit it in your pocket, in whatever size pocket you have, and it's reliable
Take a
bag.
little backpack, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's another option
Yes.
you have. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this was a total potluck effort. One guy brought the noodles, one guy brought the garlic bread, one guy brought the meatballs, the other guy was the sauce master.
It's impressive. It's because usually it's just I'll sneak in a snack bar. No, this is a real professional who's doing that.
What happened was they had dinner plans, but then they also had tickets to the game, and they're like, you know what? Let's just do both.
Yeah,
Let's just do
exactly.
both.
Well, it turns out you're allowed to do this in most cases, but when it comes to sneaking in drinks, it's another thing. But you're perfectly allowed to do this.
What if I don't want to go to a baseball game?
Then
No
have
one's
your
forcing
spaghetti
you.
at home.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what
no
I'm
one's
going
forcing
to
you
do.
to go.
Kenny, what else you got?
Lawmakers in New York are considering a ban on potassium bromate.
Now that's an ingredient I see in a lot of bread.
Right, it's a common flour additive that could significantly change how staples of New York like pizza and bagels are made and taste.
So what is the reason for it? Is that like a vitamin or something? Or I feel like I remember it being something weird.
It's not a vitamin, but it's a chemical used to strengthen the dough, help it rise higher, and it decreases the baking and mixing times. So it makes baking the bagels and pizza easier.
So like a chemical for mass production.
I think so. The problem is this chemical has been linked to certain types of cancer, and it's been banned in several other countries, and including California. California banned it a couple of years ago. It goes into effect 2027.
That's why their pizza stinks.
But wait a minute. I thought it was the water that made the pizza and the dough what it is in New York.
I think that's been disproven.
Because I'm sure this chemical hasn't been used the entire time that that New York has been famous for its pizza and bagels. I'm sure it's something that was like introduced later in the recipe, so
Right.
it can still be good. My thing, why I can see this happening, is because it takes longer for this to rise and do what it does, that they will start charging more for the pizza and bagels because it's going to require more work from the bakers and the dough makers.
I hate that there's chemicals in our food. Can we stop with the chemicals? Can that go away? Can we figure out a way? Like chemicals that are bad for us, we don't want them in our food. Can that be illegal?
Well, they interviewed
should be.
several chefs and restaurant owners that say that it shouldn't really affect the taste if you use a longer fermentation process and you adjust your mixing techniques. Then the food should stay the same, but it will take more time and cost more money.
Plus, pizza's all about the sauce. If the sauce is bad, the pizza's bad. So if you have good sauce, it's not going to change
you go.
the pizza. To
Put
me,
the
I mean,
right
that's my
sauce
opinion.
on a saltine cracker. All of a sudden, it tastes like New York City pizza.
Thank you,
I don't
TJ.
know about that. That's craziness too.
Not wrong.
All right, Kenny, what else you got?
I know nobody here in this room plays Wordle every day, but there are tens of millions of people who are obsessed with this New York Times game that you play on your smartphone. My wife, or my future wife's family, is obsessed. They all compete with each other. We just tried it out moments ago.
First time I've ever played it, by the way. Heather pulled it up on her computer.
Same.
Now, we can't say the word. That would be a big spoiler for people who still need to play. So
Yeah.
don't spoil the word. That's a big no-no in
Wait.
the Wordle community.
That's the word for everyone today?
Yeah.
Right. They do one word
Get
a day.
outta
Yeah.
here.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess
J-Bo
you're right.
got it.
Yeah, J-Bo got it.
J-Bo got it on the
Without
fifth
even
try.
looking at it.
And I was like, yo, who are you? Do you play this game all the
Like,
time?
nope, never. First time.
First time.
Yeah, so the big news today
Unbelievable.
is that Wordle is getting its own TV game show, produced by Jimmy Fallon and hosted by the Today Show's Savannah Guthrie, who's
Okay.
obsessed with Wordle herself.
Since J-Bo's so good, I've got a word. I'm thinking 5 letters. Guess it. Guess a letter.
No, that's not the way that works.
Go ahead. Just let me see what you got.
No.
I think you might be an all-star and you don't even realize it.
No, I'm not an all-star when it
J-Bo,
comes to this.
the word is honey because TJ is obsessed with honey.
No, it's not actually.
It's jerky.
No, it starts, but it has a K in it.
Because he is obsessed with
and
that.
it's the first letter, and it's
Oh,
somebody I
Kenny.
know.
It's Kenny. I got it.
Bingo! This
try.
guy's good too.
Speaking of jerky.
Kenny was the word.
man.
Yeah, so people are super excited about this. They're going to start taping this year, and it will debut in 2027. A new Wordle game show coming to NBC television.
Excellent. Well, Kenny, what else do you have, Mr. My Word?
Well, thank you. That the LA Lakers have been ousted from the playoffs. They have been swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder after losing last night.
What's going on with LeBron? I thought that. I mean, is he not what he once was? Like,
I
what?
mean, he's still producing,
Yeah,
but
he's good.
I mean, the man can't carry everybody. His back is tired from all the carrying he's been doing for the last whatever years he's been playing.
But is that not shocking? Like, you're swept? Since when has that happened to the Lakers?
yeah.
Oklahoma City is very good. They're the
Yes.
defending champions for a reason. And LeBron, as J-Bo said, can't do it alone. They have another star player, Luka Doncic, who's been out for the past month or so. So they definitely had a tall order against them. They're eliminated. But now LeBron James is an unrestricted free agent, and everybody's asking, what does he do next? Does he retire? Does he go to another team? Does he stay with the Lakers? We don't know. He wasn't really open to answering too many questions after the game in the press conference, saying he's going to take some time to think about it with his family.
I
Kenny.
mean, it's not the first time he's ever been swept in his like basketball career.
Sure.
I wouldn't want questions either. Leave me alone. You
Well,
know?
listen, I wish I could comment with some great enthusiasm, but I don't know enough about this game other than I keep hearing LeBron's great, and I'm shocked to hear that they got swept.
He's
Yeah.
41. You know, he's not going to be as good as when he was 22.
25 years later.
Wow.
LeBron's
Good for him.
good.
No.
Yeah.
He's still good though, no doubt.
Well, Kenny, thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
And please never ask me to play Wordle again. I spent way too much time on what we did in this room.